Hello, everyone. I'm reading Hound Zero. We are back talking about this article coming from Variety, where John Boyega once again is saying that fans are toxic of Star Wars. That they don't like basically a black man existing, which is the furthest thing from the truth, considering that most, if not all, but more than likely most, Star Wars fans that watched The Force Awakens wanted John Boyega's character Finn to be the next Jedi. It seems like no one had a problem with, I don't know, Lando Calrissian, good old Billy D. Williams in the 80s, and no one had a problem with Mace Windu played by Samuel L. Jackson in the 90s for the prequels. So I don't know what this has to do with anything, because obviously it was easily debunked in 2 seconds with people loving the character of Lando Calrissian in the 80s and loving Mace Windu, the character Mace Windu in the 90s with the prequels. So this is a stupid argument. Well, let's get into this article here from Variety. And also just I want to mention that China shrunk you on the poster for Star Wars The Force Awakens. You were front and center up here, but then you're down here shrunken down for the Chinese poster. So keep that in mind. John Boyega says Star Wars is so white that a black person existing in it is a big deal. Toxic fans are okay with us playing the friend, but we can't touch their heroes. And again, we wanted you to be the main hero of the sequel trilogy, most of us, because, to be honest, John Boyega is actually a good actor, whereas Daisy Ridley is not. And no one gave a crap about Mary Sue Ray Palpatine. John Boyega called out quote-unquote Star Wars for being so white during an interview as part of the new Apple TV Plus original documentary, #1 on the call sheet, Black Leading Men in Hollywood. Boyega debuted as Finn in Star Wars The Force Awakens and reprised the character in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. With The Force Awakens being passable, the other two movies are absolute dog water. Which also, by the way, people were excited that Lando Calrissian did come back in The Rise of Skywalker as well, so that's to tell you everything you need to know. His role in the sequel trilogy led to online harassment from IST and toxic quote-unquote Star Wars fans. Yes, of course, there's going to be those little set of people who are going to be doing disgusting things and make the rest of the fan base look bad. But for the most part, like I've said, we wanted you to be the Jedi. Imagine a cool storyline where a stormtrooper goes rogue and becomes a Jedi and then leads the Jedi Order with Luke Skywalker. That would have been awesome. But we didn't get that. We got Mary Sue Palpatine instead. Upset with a black actor playing a lead hero in the space franchise. Let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. Again, Lando Calrissian and Mace Windu existed, and those characters were both liked, as well as Finn being liked in The Force Awakens. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existing in it was something. Boyega said in the documentary, you can always tell it's something when some Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian and we had Samuel L. Jackson. Mace Windu. It's Mace Windu. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are in the cookie dough. It's like they just scattered that in there, bro. But again, Lando Calrissian and Mace Windu were both likable characters in the movies, and Lando Calrissian was around in the 80s with The Empire Strikes Back in 1980, and then again in 1983 with Return of the Jedi, which was originally called Revenge of the Jedi by George Lucas, who realized that Jedis do not take revenge, they return. They're okay with us playing the best friend, but once we touch their heroes, once we lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my god, it's just a bit too much. Again, the character of Lando Calrissian ran an entire city in Bespin. Cloud City. What are you talking about? And then Mace Windu was a Jedi Master. He was above Anakin Skywalker, who was meant to be the most powerful Jedi, who would destroy the Sith, which we know how that happened if you watch the movies. They're pandering, the actor added, while also acknowledging that being cast in the franchise was a fundamental moment in his career. Boyega first aired his grievances to GQ magazine in 2020 about Disney's fumbling of diversity in his Star Wars trilogy. So that's the person you should be blaming, Disney. He said at the time, what I would say to Disney is do not bring out a black character, market them to be much more important in the franchise than they are, and then have them pushed to the side. It's not good. I'll say it straight up. And Most Star Wars fans would agree. We liked the storyline that was going with Finn, a stormtrooper turned Jedi. You guys knew what to do with Daisy Ridley. You knew what to do with Adam Driver. Boyega continued, even though they screwed up Adam Driver's character anyway, because he went from being very menacing in The Force Awakens to being an absolute B-word in the next one. But when it came to Kelly Marie Tran, when it came to John Boyega, you knew F all. So what do you want me to say? What they want you to say is, I enjoyed being a part of it. It was a great experience. No. I'll take that deal when it's a great experience. They gave all the nuance to Adam Driver, all the nuance to Daisy Ridley, because, of course, the Force is female. They wanted to push a female Jedi. That was the problem. But people would have preferred Finn instead. I would have definitely preferred Finn instead. He, again, played a role better than Daisy Ridley, in my opinion. Let's be honest. Daisy knows this. Adam knows this. Everyone knows. I'm not exposing anything. Boyega later revealed to THR that a Disney executive reached out to him following his GQ interview. He said he had a quote-unquote very honest, a very transparent conversation with the Disney executive and added there was a lot of explaining on their end in terms of the way they saw things. They gave me the chance also to explain that my experience was like. What my experience was like. I hope that me being so open with my career at this stage would help the next man, the guy that wants to be the assistant DOP, the guy that wants to be a producer. I hope that the conversation is not such a taboo or elephant in the room now because someone just came and said it. So again, I don't understand what was the big issue with Disney just simply making Finn the main character and Jedi leading the Jedi Order with Luke Skywalker. No, they had to have Daisy Ridley's Rey Palpatine, of course, outdo him and learn pretty much nothing and just have everything handed to her, where Finn struggled to even hold the lightsaber, which would have been cool again to have him as the main Jedi of the trilogy. Most people would have agreed. And again, people like Lando Calrissian in the 80s. People liked Mace Windu in the 90s. So this idea that quote-unquote white Star Wars fans didn't care, or fans in general, Star Wars fans in general, had a problem with a black person in Star Wars is an absolute BS thing to say. Because clearly, again, they liked Lando and they liked Mace Windu. So, thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you did like the video, smash the like button. Subscribe for more content. Comment below what you feel about all of this. How do you feel about the comments made by John Boyega? Did you feel that Finn would have been the better fit as the main character, the main Jedi of the sequel trilogy? Or did you really feel that Daisy Ridley should have been able to take up the mantle and basically be the main character of the sequel trilogy? Smash the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all notifications. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.